G'day everyone, welcome to this edition of DURKO's Notebook for the 2025 Dutch Grand Prix. After the mid-season break, I finally remembered where the desk was. Anyway, got a lot to talk about. Pull up a pew, sit back, relax and enjoy the show. You wouldn't fucking read about it. So for the second last time, we've returned to Zandvoort on the Dutch coast. And I've got to say, I don't mind it as a circuit. It's the second shortest, but it throws out some challenges, especially turn one as they come down into Tarzan, and then those bank corners, which really show the drivers throwing it in there just to try and get the right setup to come out of it. It's a challenging circuit in that fact. Now, I'm going to ask a question here. I'm only giving my opinion. It's not that I don't dislike the bloke. I like the bloke. Obviously, he's got multiple championships. He's won a shitload of races. And he's been around forever, but I'm going to ask the question, do you think Lewis Hamilton has checked out? Like, is he just emotionally switched off from racing and just, I don't know, disengaged in some way from that spirit, that charge that he used to have? Because I just don't think he's got that racing edge that he used to have anymore, and maybe the move to Maranello wasn't the right one. I mean, everyone says, any F1 driver wants to drive Ferrari, of course, but has Lewis really dialed out? Has he hung up the phone and checked out? Just something to ponder. Obviously, the really interesting, or one of the interesting clashes, of course, was Antonelli versus Charles Leclerc. Now, Antonelli's obviously had a rookie move, an immature move, hasn't made the right decision in trying to undercut Leclerc and in forcing him off the track, has made a stupid move for obviously which he got a penalty, which I think was sufficient and justified and warranted. But of course, the thing I don't understand is why Toto Wolff has come out in support of Antonelli's move, diving in or trying to undercut Leclerc. Obviously, he's got to support his driver, but why would you support a driver making a stupid move like that is what I don't understand. Now, the one that I think was a complete and utter racing incident till the end of time was Sainz and Liam Lawson coming together. Now, I mean, the argument is, his front axle wasn't in such a position to warrant him trying to turn in, whatever. But I think the 10-second penalty that Sainz was handed was an absolute joke by the stewards, and it just proves how these stewards are just making some absolutely ridiculous, stupid decisions. Why it wasn't deemed as a racing incident, I don't know. It's just beyond fathoming how they come up with that decision that Sainz was at fault. Obviously, with Lando Norris' retirement, with his Mercedes donk giving up the ghost, it has really put a dent in his championship hopes, obviously with Oscar Piastri now being out in front by more than 30 points in the lead. But that, of course, lent towards Isaac Hadjar getting his first podium in third place. Now, he did qualify in fourth and drove a strong race, staying out of any attrition, staying out of the wars, staying out of the trenches, and brought home a clean race at the end of it. And I think, for what it's worth, it's great for Hadjar, it's great for Racing Bulls to see them get another podium. It's great for team morale, and I think overall, I'm not saying that he's going to be planted into a Red Bull seat next year next to Max, because that is a poison chalice, of course, but I think it just goes to show that Hadjar's racing potential as a good clean racer is certainly being highlighted again. So, for Lando Norris fans, you can only hope that he's going to come back this weekend for the Italian Grand Prix with a strong result to try and claw his way back into Oscar's lead. So we'll see what happens, but obviously there's going to be some questions asked at Woking as to what happened to that Merc donk and why it shat itself. Anyway, I'll be back early next week for another notebook regarding the Italian Grand Prix. Until then, thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.